In the Heights releases this weekend on HBO Max, and it hits theaters all across America. Now, is this the first great movie of the summer, or are we still gonna have to wait? Let's find out. The musical stylings of Hamilton's Lin-Manuel Miranda are back with In the Heights, and it's a return to form for Warner Brothers, who, back in the day, were one of the premier production companies that were making, honestly, pretty iconic musicals that are almost inseparable from the genre. Movies like The Wizard of Oz, Singin' in the Rain, An American in Paris, 42nd Street, and believe me, that's just to name a few. And within the Heights, it really does feel like we are seeing a style of filmmaking that we don't really get to see too often, with grand musical numbers, memorable songs, and a really heartfelt story about immigration and passion. The film is based off of the 2005 musical of the same name, and it takes place in Washington Heights, New York, where we are shown the dreams and aspirations of a tight-knit Dominican community. But at the center of it all, we follow Usnavi, who, although mostly slings coffee at a bodega, he has aspirations for so much more. We're seeing a bit of a resurgence of the theatrical musical, no doubt in part to not only films like La La Land and The Greatest Showman, but also Hamilton, which, as you probably know, was like the biggest thing in the world. And it really just seemed like a matter of time before people started to say, hey, the guy that wrote the music for that, he also made this other thing. Let's make a movie out of that. And what results is a film that honestly is this really beautiful hybrid of the old with the new. It's really an example of what I would like to see a lot of other filmmakers do in regards to newer blockbuster films. Give us something that may be inspired by other movies of the past, but still show audiences something that we've never seen before, all the while still managing to have something to say. Because that was one of my favorite aspects of In the Heights, is that it's a film that with a resounding voice looks to make a statement. In this film, we see a community that is mostly comprised of second, third, or even fourth generation immigrants, and the film examines how these different generations define what is their home. For some, home was a place that they love but was without opportunity, so they came to America. For others, it's a place that they yearn to return to, and for others, the community they grew up in, being Washington Heights in New York City, that's their home. This film has this tapestry of characters, all with different experiences and backgrounds, different familial relationships. All of those impact how they perceive their community. And it results in a really beautiful story that, regardless of your ethnicity, I think a lot of people will be able to relate to, because there's a real universally relatable story being told here about your purpose, your dreams and aspirations, making your family proud, or a community that you are a part of proud. Because that is the heart and soul of this movie, and it just so happens that this really heartfelt story is told through the lens of this wonderfully vibrant and rousing musical. And again, this movie is this sort of wonderful breath of fresh air, but it's also quite familiar and nostalgic, but really in all the best ways. Now, his vision in that film and within the Heights is one full of energy. That paired with the choreography from Christopher Scott, this film kind of just explodes on the screen. This isn't a subtle movie. The struggles that these characters are dealing with are belted out in these elaborate numbers, and subtlety doesn't really seem to be what she was attempting here, and honestly, that's okay. Movies just really don't get made like this anymore, and I can't tell you how comforting it was to see this movie and see this much life and personality in a movie theater after we had been devoid of that for so long. Now, In the Heights is the kind of movie that, although yeah, you can watch it from the comfort of your own home on HBO Max, I cannot urge you guys enough to go see this in a theater. If you are vaccinated and you are able, this is a movie that was meant to be seen on the big screen. This film has that energy and that sizzle that you want from a summer blockbuster, and more so than any movie that I've seen this summer, this is the one that you really should go see in the theater. So did you guys see In the Heights? I would love to know what you thought about it, so make sure you leave your thoughts and opinions down below. And as always guys, if you liked today's video, make sure you click that link down below so you can subscribe to my channel to see more movie reviews and movie related things. Again guys, thank you so much for watching, and see you next time.